All right. Hey there. Welcome back to the Life with Old Dogs podcast. This week is a solo episode. And what I'm looking to cover this week is a list of my favorite products that I personally use here at the sanctuary for dogs who have, senior dogs, dogs that have mobility issues, severe arthritis, elbow dysplasia, hip dysplasia, degenerative myelopathy, trouble getting around and, aches and pains. So I got quite a list here. So I'm just going to get to it. I just want you to know that Woody's Place Senior German Shepherd Sanctuary has an Amazon storefront where I list all of our preferred products that we use here at the sanctuary. And trust me, we use them. I wouldn't put them up there if we didn't use them. We do receive somewhat of a commission, but when I tell you it's really not very much at all, I mean, sometimes it's less than, $20 a month. So it's really not that substantial, but every little bit helps keep this sanctuary going. So anytime you make a purchase through our preferred product list on Amazon, we do receive a small commission. And like I said, it does go into the funds, F-U-N-D-S pool for the sanctuary. All right, so let's get to it. Now, this is, again, my favorite products for dogs with disabilities, mobility disabilities, arthritis, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The first one is, it's called Laser Pro Cold Laser Therapy Device for muscle, joint pain, pain relief, accelerated healing. Basically what it is a little picture here. It's right there. So we have this and it does work. It's a wand that you hold and it's kind of like a red light therapy. And it works great for like skin irritation. It reduces inflammation. It like stimulates acupuncture points. Let's see if I can just look at this here. I don't have my glasses, so it's like the blind leading the blind. And it penetrates deep tissue, provides relief for deep muscle and joint pain like vertebrae, disc issues, osteoarthritis, and more. It is scientifically proven therapy and provides a drug-free, safe solution to relieving pain and healing your pet without invasive surgery or medications such as Rimadyl, meloxicam, carprofen, all that good stuff. So we typically, I use it. I typically use it on the dogs here. Now we do have a canine massage therapist that donates her time once a month, which I am forever grateful for. And she has something like this as well. And she uses it on the residents here. And even Sasha gets in on it. I'm jealous. I want to get in on it. But really, it's recommended to use the laser therapy 2 to 3 times a week. I'm watching Lil trying to get up on the sofa and she's struggling. 2 to 3 times, I'm sorry. It's recommended to use 2 to 3 times a day for 4 weeks, about 20 minutes each time. So it is, it's intermittent, but you can use it for long-term conditions. And again, this is what it looks like, right? That right there. And I'm going to have all this information in the links. The show note, I'm tired. Sorry, it's like the end of the day here. I'm going to have all of this information and links to where you can purchase it if you want to try it for your dog or cat or horse in the show notes. Okay, so you can check it out there. All right. The next one is, and I have to say, when I printed this out, I didn't realize my printer's running out of ink. So like this right here, that is a giant heating pad for dogs, and it's not pink, it's blue. So I don't know why it came up pink. But that is a giant heating pad for dogs and cats, and you can see This is a rather large dog right there, and I have this. I have several actually for the residents here, and a German Shepherd can lay on that no problem with room to spare. So it's a pet heating pad, and what I love most about it is not only does it provide them with a nice heating source, to help soothe aches and pains like that comes along with arthritis or dysplasia, elbow hip dysplasia, especially here in northeastern Pennsylvania. We get a lot of rain. We get a lot of snow. It's damp a lot. We have a lot of humidity. It's always humid here, whether it's regardless of the time of the year. Anyway, that moisture I feel just it affects their joints more, and this heating pad really, really helps keep that from settling in their joints or making the aches and pains even more pronounced than what they are. So it alleviates pain in joints, muscle aches, and provides extra heat during the winter months. And they seek it out. They seek this out. So what I do is I put it on their dog beds. They have most of our beds here are the big Barker dog beds, which I'm going to get into and say why I like them so much. But I just put this right on top, and then it comes with a really nice case, and it's like velvet almost. So it's not cold or like pleather or vinyl or whatever. It's just cold to lay on. It's not like that at all, and it comes off, and you can wash it in case they have like a little accident on or something like that, or it's just covered with dog hair. So it's really, really nice. But I still end up putting like a sheet or a thin blanket on top of it anyway, just to make it extra cozy for them. The cord is nice and long, so you don't have to like be right up against an outlet. They were very generous with the cord, and the cord it's like steel almost, so it's chew resistant. So if you have a dog who's kind of, bored and likes to chew, and chewing on that, so they can't chew through that. So that's good. Let's see what else. Covered the fact that the cover was velvet and it's machine washable and all that good stuff. So this again, I don't have the brand name for it, but again, I do have the link to it in the preferred product list. But that's what it looks like right there. If you can see that. And this device right here is what controls the heating pad. So you can control the temperature. You can say how long you want it on for. And then it'll shut off after a certain amount of time too. So if you're walking around doing stuff, accidentally forget to shut it off when, you run out the door for something, it'll shut off by itself, but it doesn't overheat. So that's yay. All right. Next up is reusable, they call them underpads, but reusable like puppy pee pads. And I love these right here. So right there. Okay. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it's like polyester on this side, and then the other side, I don't know what type of material it is. It looks like cotton, but I don't think it is. But it's super, super absorbent, and they're waterproof. So again, this part here is the bottom, and it's like a polyester. So the top that would face up is absorbent, and then this part right here prevents whatever's absorbed from going through and getting on your rug or the floor or the bed or whatever. So it's very, very nice. And they come in 2 different sizes. They also come in different packs. Like you can buy 1, you can buy a 2-pack, you can buy a 4-pack. And I love them because they're not like little, like, they have some smaller ones. Let's see. I think the smallest is 34 by 36, and then the largest is 34 by 52. So that's a great size. The 34 by 52 covers the big Barker dog bed, no problem. It actually hangs over the side a little bit. And so I know there's the reusable pee pads, but I don't like, I'm sorry, there's the disposable pee pads. I don't like using them. And I don't like using them because I try to be as green as possible. It's just in my nature. That's just how I am. And I don't like that. I don't like spending all that money. I mean, I'm running a nonprofit here, so I try to keep the cost down low. And, they're just not that great. I mean, they're flimsy. They don't really absorb that well, and they do, and it still goes through to the ground, and I just don't like them. I prefer these, and then I wash them. I will use bleach to wash them, or if they're not that bad, maybe they're just a little funky because the dogs have been laying on them. I'll just use regular laundry detergent. We use Tide, and vinegar. I use white vinegar a lot in for a lot of things, but in the wash as well. In the event that there is any urine smell, it gets it out. It gets it out, and it's all natural, so I like that. All right, so love the reusable pee pads. And again, the link is in the show notes. So why do we have them here? Well, because we have seniors. We have senior dogs here. That's all we have. And sometimes even if, okay, so Chop, for instance, he has just recently started to pee where he's laying without realizing this. So that's how far along his DM is degenerative myelopathy has progressed, where he wakes me up every night around between 1:30 and 3 in the morning because he's pooped on his bed and I have to clean it up. And I took him for a ride earlier. He pooped in the back seat of the truck. And then just yesterday he happened to pee where he was laying in the bedroom. Fortunately, he was laying on the pads because I buy them and I'll just spread them out all over the floor. And so if he ends up having an accident, he has it on that and it's easy peasy cleaning it up. Other dogs may have nerve issues due to arthritis in their spine, and sometimes they don't realize that they're urinating, and then they finally do. So they might get a little urine on the ground. Female dogs may have leakage where they're laying and a little bit of urine may leak out. Even male dogs that'll happen, especially when they go to get up from a laying position. Some of them struggle to get up, and as they're trying to get traction, like they're trying to get their feet underneath them, they might have to pee, and because they're struggling to get up, it forces some of the urine out. So it's just really nice to have, and they're not that expensive, and they last a long time. Really, they do. All right. Speaking of the pee pads, we also have reusable premium diapers here. So they're male and female diapers. They're totally washable. They're super comfy and lightweight. And again, they have here they are. This is just an idea. They come in all sorts of different colors. They come in 5 sizes and all sorts of different colors and patterns. And they're super adjustable. See this band here? It's adjustable. So, if you buy extra large because you have a male German Shepherd who has degenerative myelopathy, and as time goes on and his back end starts to become emaciated because he's not using it, you can keep using them because you can make this smaller and it'll fit snugger around his waist. So these are fantastic. And you can put an absorbent insert in here if you want, but you don't really have to. So these are absolutely fantastic right here. Let's see. So they're the same type deal as the pads. Like I said, they're like polyester on the outside and then some sort of cotton, or I don't know if it's cotton or nylon or whatever it is on the inside. And it's just really nice. And then right here, so if your dog has a tail, right here, there's a hole for their tail to go through. And some of them are just adorable, really, for the girls. Some of them are adorable. They'll have like little pretty designs on them and stuff like that. And for the boys, they'll have like camouflage in it. So whoever made these had a lot of fun. And there's quite a few available online and in our preferred product, the Woody's Place preferred Amazon preferred product store. You'll see I have like a few different varieties, but this right here is my favorite. All right, so next up, dog beds. Hey, right there. Now listen, there's plenty of good dog beds out there. There really are. And we have different dog beds here, but we primarily have Big Barker dog beds. I love the Big Barker dog bed because they're like 7 inches thick, and it's an orthopedic dog bed. It's like it's like the cushions in your sofa almost. I mean, this is high quality bedding. The material, it really is. In fact, I have a little story. I think it was over Labor Day weekend. We had family here from the lower part of Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia, and they were here for the weekend. And sleeping was a little hard. It was a little hard to find a spot for everybody, and Chop was being a little hiney. So I opted to sleep in my Florida room. I was just going to sleep on the sofa so Chop was comfortable. And we have two, I'm in my Florida room right now. We have two Big Barker dog beds back here. And I just put them together and I laid on it with him, and we fit perfectly, he and I, on the Big Barker dog beds. And let me tell you, I got a great night's sleep. They were so comfortable. And so if you can see here, there's like a headrest built in. Now, some of them are just plain. They look like this on both sides. And then they have the headrest. Well, the one has the headrest. I didn't even need a pillow. It was great. I just needed a blanket and Choppy, and we were good to go. So the bed also, it's extra, but there's also like a waterproof mattress liner that you can buy for added protection to make sure that the material on the inside, the actual bedding itself, isn't getting like any urine stains or anything like that. And I would certainly recommend that. I really would, because I didn't in the beginning. And unfortunately, sometimes, the reusable pee pad that I always keep on top of them. I have the Big Barker dog bed. I have the reusable pee pad on top of the dog bed. And then I put a blanket on top of the pee pad. But sometimes when they're shuttling around during the night, things get rearranged. And I've had incidences where dogs have actually peed through this, which is very nice. This material right here is very nice. It's nice and soft. It's warm. It's inviting. It gets hair stuck to it, and like hair kind of gets woven in there, but it just absorbed the urine, and then it went right through to the mattress. So if you're going to get a Big Barker dog bed, it is an investment, especially for the larger size. They come in 3 sizes and like at least 4 different colors. I think they just came out with a lavender one, and I thought that was really cool. But definitely splurge a little and get the waterproof mattress liner. You'll thank yourself later. But anyway, perfect for large dogs, extra large dogs. And like I said, I mean, I fit on it with Chop comfortably. Like I could spread out. I wasn't like in the fetal position, and he was on his side, and we were super comfortable. So it was good. All right. So again, this cover here comes off. It's the bottom is where the zipper is, and it unzips all the way around. It's very nice, very easy on, easy off. So that comes off and can be washed. You can buy extra covers to put on there, and I have, and it's awesome. Doesn't shrink even if you stick it in the dryer. Doesn't shrink. It fits on nice and easy. So this Big Barker dog bed, I guess they did some studies, but it has been clinically shown to reduce joint pain. Study data has shown that their raised dog bed helps ease joint pain and improve mobility. And honest to goodness, I'm a believer. Having slept on it myself, I'm a believer. And I have some serious back problems, like upper and lower back, and I'm like super, super particular about beds, and this was very nice. And I'm not getting a kickback here, y'all, just so you know. For any of these products, I'm not. I'm just sharing what I really love. And they have a 10-year warranty on this bed too. I mean, how fantastic is that? Because like I said, it is an investment. You can definitely go buy a cheaper bed, but I'm not. It's not worth it anymore, because these are quality beds, and they stand by their product. Oh, and the foam. So inside the mattress itself they're made in the USA. Yay! All right, so along with the Big Barker dog bed, they also have a Big Barker bed for your vehicle. See that right there? I have one of those. Somebody actually sent that to us. So it's really nice for like like I have a Jeep, so it's nice to put in the Jeep. I mean, you can. These come down and it can just lay flat, the whole thing. So if you want to take this and it's sideways and you want to turn it long ways and just stretch, lay it flat, you could do that too. But that's just tucked in there for, if you have like a Jeep or, an Expedition or something like that. And that also comes in 3 sizes and has a couple of different, cover colors available. And it's super shock absorbent. So if you're going down a dirt road, I mean, I live out in the country. There's dirt roads here. So, but I have to say, all right, after being down in southeastern Pennsylvania not too long ago, our dirt roads are better than their blacktop roads. so anyway, it's shock absorbent, and the residents, are quite comfortable on this Big Barker. It's called the Big Barker Backseat Barker. And again, it is an orthopedic bed, shock absorbent, easy to clean. And the pillow wings, again, it's flexible, like they can be up or they can go down. All right. All right. So we have a couple of carts here. Now I have another like wagon that's lower to the ground, but it's like a hard plastic. And if I have dogs with degenerative myelopathy who aren't doing so well in a like a canine wheelchair, I can put them in one of these. This is nice because it has the high sides. The other one that I have doesn't. It kind of reminds me of like a Little Tikes piece of equipment. Like it's like that, just like slick, hard plastic, and it's very like unforgiving. But it's low profile, so it's low to the ground, and it's easy getting a dog with degenerative myelopathy in it. So I've like put blankets in it and stuff like that. The problem is, some of them like Chop he gets freaked out in there, and he'll just toddle out onto the ground and just lay there like that didn't work. So this one is nice. This one's nice because the sides are high enough that they really can't get out of it. They may be able to, but it's a folding steel frame, and it's a garden utility wagon cart. You see people like on the beach with these, they'll put all this stuff in here, and sometimes the wheels are like fatter and, can go across the sand. But it's very, very nice to put a disabled dog in. So if, you live in a neighborhood where there's sidewalks and whatnot, they can still go for a walk, even though they're not walking, and just pull them around in the wagon. So that's a large capacity, again, convenient, compact storage. So, if you have your dog and you're on the way to the vet, you can just fold that up and put it in your car. And then when you get to the vet, you can unfold it and put the dog in, and then wheel the dog into the veterinarian office without, hurting yourself or anything like that. All right. Now I just mentioned a wheelchair, canine wheelchair for the dogs, and so there's quite a few out there now. I remember when Woody, the German Shepherd who had degenerative myelopathy that the sanctuary is named after, this was back in, I guess 2009, 2010. He had degenerative myelopathy and he needed a canine wheelchair. Back then, there were a couple of varieties, and there was nothing wrong with them. But the one that I had for him there was just no way to adjust it. And, it was what it was, and I had a little trouble with it because it wasn't exact for him. Like, one size was too big, the other size was too small, and there wasn't anything like really in between that I needed for Woody, which may have hampered his success in the wheelchair, because he hated it. He hated his canine wheelchair. And when I look back, it's like, yeah, maybe because it didn't fit exactly right. That may have been it. I personally love walk-in pets. Now, it used to be called walk-in wheels. You may see them still with the WW on the side, which stands for walk-in wheels, but they're called walk-in pets now, because before it used to just be dogs that they would make these canine wheelchairs for. Now, I mean, they have everything in them. They have goats. I've seen walking pets wheelchairs. I've seen ducks in walking pets wheelchairs, which is phenomenal. So anyway, they come in different sizes. You can even get them in different colors. And I think you can get them at handicappets.com, but you can also get them on Amazon. And a lot of you have seen Chop. If you follow along with Woody's Place on social media, you'll have seen Chop, you'll have seen Jared, you'll have seen Jensen, you'll have seen Prince over the years. Chop is who we have now with DM in the canine wheelchair. And this is what the female canine wheelchair looks like. Now, this thing is adjustable. All right. So they come in different sizes, and they even come in different styles. Like, this is a rear end canine wheelchair, and then they even have a front, like there's wheels on the front too. So if they have like partial mobility in their front end as well, there's wheels on the front. These can go higher, they can go lower. This can go longer, it can go shorter. This right here, if you're looking down and you see this bar here and this bar here, it can go wider, it can go narrower. These wheels right here, they're very upright. They can actually go back. They can actually go forward. So this thing is highly adjustable. Now, you still have to order the correct size, all right? And they'll help you online, or if you call them, they'll help you pick out the correct wheelchair for your dog. But just like the situation I had with Woody, one size was too big, one size was too small, and then there was nothing in between. This eliminates that. You can really tailor this to your dog's specific size, which A, is great for safety, because obviously you want them to be safe, and B, you want it to be successful. You're buying the wheelchair because you're trying to extend their mobility and therefore their life. So this right here, I think, is the way to go. And I love what they say here. It creates a happy, healthy life for pets and parents. And it's true. It's true because, again, I have others I don't really use them anymore. I'll loan them out to people who need them, but I prefer Walking Pets canine wheelchair. Also, they're easy to store. My goodness, they're so easy to break down and reassemble. It's really not that hard at all. They're easy to clean. If I have to put it in the back of my Jeep, it's a low profile. It's super easy to put in there, and they're veterinarian approved too. So that's a plus. And the folks there at Walking Pets or handicappets.com, they're really, really helpful. I mean, they are, because they want it to be a success for you as well. Now, this picture is awful, but the next up is a folding dog car ramp for large dogs. And again, I mean, there's plenty of ramps available, but, you know, I'm doing a large ramp because we do German Shepherds here. And this is a maximum up to 200 pounds. Now, I have several steps for the vehicle. I have a ramp for the vehicle, and they're all fine, but all of them aren't quite right. This one right here, I like. Now, the picture is totally off. This is supposed to be green because this is like artificial grass on here. But they fold up super easy. They extend super easy. This top part right here is flush, so it's not going anywhere. I love the fact that this has artificial grass because some of the other steps that I have, the collapsible steps that I have, the dogs don't want to walk on it because it's hard plastic, and I don't blame them. It's slippery. I don't blame them at all. Other ramps that I have, oh my gosh, I have one. It's awful. It weighs so much. It's so heavy. And then the middle part, it's like sandpaper, and they don't like it, and I don't like it. And then if you don't have it just right on the top, it's literally slid off the back of my Jeep as I'm trying to get them up there. I don't trust it. And it wasn't cheap. So that's it. I don't have the brand name again, but I will make sure it's in our preferred product, Amazon preferred product. But anyway, so it's a foldable dog car ramp for large dogs. It comes in 4 steps and 5 steps, depending on how high your vehicle is. So for instance, I have a Jeep, and I have a Dodge Ram 1500, and it's not jacked up or anything like that. And the 4 steps work just fine for that. Now, if it was one of like the newer Dodge Rams, it might need the 5 step, but the 4 step works just fine for me because it's an old girl. She's 2004, so she's an old girl. The truck. And they're super easy to clean. These are super easy to clean. Really, you just hose them off and call it good, and that's it. The steps themselves are made out of like a heavy duty aluminum. And again, super easy to clean and very stable. Portable, adjustable, peace of mind, guarantee. So there's a 2-year guarantee on them. All right, moving on. I reluctantly put these on here because I still don't love them 100%, but they're the best that I have found so far. So, cool tail dog socks for hot, cold pavement to prevent licking paws, dog boots, and paw protector for hardwood floor, anti-slip, traction control, no twist grip booties for small, medium, large, senior dogs, extra large. There you go. Okay. There they are. And they come up relatively high, and they have this really nice piece of Velcro right here to wrap around their paws to keep them in place. And then this right here is the bottom, and it's grippy. Now, okay, the good first. They come in 5 sizes and multiple colors, and they're super easy to clean and easy to put on and off. I love the fact that they have the Velcro around them. So you put the dog's paw in, and then right around here, there's a piece of Velcro that you can Velcro to make it a little tighter so they're not slipping off. And they still slip off. They still slip off, just not as easy. So I really do like that. They're mostly cotton with a little polyester, so they're stretchy, which is good. They're nice and soft. It's a breathable fabric. Keeps their feet warm. It keeps their toes, their knuckles. If they're knuckling from DM, it keeps them from getting scraped and bloodied and all that stuff. If they're the type, if they're having issues with getting up off of a hardwood floor, if they don't have, like, let's just say it's not DM, but they just have like trouble getting up off hardwood floor, if it's linoleum, if it's tile, if it's hardwood, and they're trying to get up, and they can't get traction on their back end, and their legs just splay out. This will definitely help with that. It'll give them traction so that they can get up. Now, does it give them like a ton of traction? No, because sometimes the socks actually twist around and what should be on the bottom is now on the side or on the top or something along those lines. But it's definitely better than nothing. They're better for protecting dogs' feet who have degenerative myelopathy from getting scratched up from knuckling, or if their feet are just cold. They are okay for anti-slip effect. They're okay, but they're not perfect. So I do like them. I really do like them. I would not put them on Chop's feet if we're going outside and it's snowing out or raining, because they're just going to get wet. They're like that type of material. But for around the house, if we're outside and it's dry conditions, that's fine. But they're not perfect. I have yet to find a sock or a booty for their back legs, because German Shepherds have long back feet. If this is their foot, the booty only comes here, and they'll say that's extra large. And it's like, well, I want it to come all the way up, because when they only come right here, they are forever falling off. They do not stay, even with the Velcro. Constantly fall off. It's so annoying. If I was smart, that's what I would do. I would invent a booty, anti-slip booty that really works and stays on. All right. Right here. I can't tell you. This is the Blue Dog Help 'em Up harness right there. That's all I use. I have a closet full of harnesses for dogs who have degenerative myelopathy. Now, you can get away with, a rear end harness if your dog has arthritis and, again, they're having trouble getting up off the hardwood floor. You could just slip it under their belly and lift them up, and away you go. This is more for a dog with degenerative myelopathy that really is completely paralyzed in the back end. And I'm telling you, you can lift a dog up like a suitcase with this thing right here. It is that strong and that reliable. I'm not even kidding you. I put Chop in my truck earlier, and that's exactly what I did. There's a handle here and there's a handle here, and boop, I just lifted him up and put him in there. Not really. It killed my back, but I mean, it was great, and it's super comfortable for him. So the Blue Dog Help 'em Up harness, again, it's probably one of the more costly harnesses, but when you're dealing with a large breed dog, a German Shepherd, who has mobility issues, and let's say their back end's paralyzed from degenerative myelopathy, you are going to want to spend the money and know that harness is going to have your back and their back no matter what. And that's it. The Blue Dog Help 'em Up harness. They last such a long time, and they're easy to clean, and they have like replaceable parts that you can buy. Speaking of parts. All right. This is the front end, and this is the back end. And this right here, so their legs go through here. Okay. So this is like in their groin area. Now, this is the conventional bottom, and then they have what's called, oh my God, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Dang, maybe did I write it down? That's the conventional band right there, and then they have a U band that looks a little different. If you buy this, you want the U band for boys. All right, because obviously that's where their penis is down there. And if you get the conventional, you're going to be squishing their penis. And it's going to be difficult for them to pee. They're going to pee on this. You definitely want the other one, the U-band. Okay, so again, it comes in 5 sizes. It's a 2-piece harness. It has 11 adjustment points, and that is fantastic. Again, because you can really tailor it to that particular dog's size. This also is veterinarian recommended. It's machine washable. It's premium material. I'm telling you, this stuff is just tough as nails, and not to touch. I meant tough, like strong, and lasts a very, very long time. And you can, like I said, buy. If like something gets worn out or whatever, you can just buy a new part instead of buying a whole new harness. And this disconnects right here. This you can disconnect this. And the reason I'm telling you this is because we've had instances where we needed an extra large front end and a large back end. Based on the German Shepherd we had at the time. So these, you can mix and match these right here. And it's definitely a lifesaver. All right, so Blue Dog, help them up harness. All right, where am I at? Okay, so now kind of getting into grooming. Again, when you have dogs who have mobility issues, especially degenerative myelopathy, they may not be able to like groom themselves the way they normally do. Additionally, again, they might be having accidents and need to be cleaned more frequently. So here are some of the products I like. I'm not sure if it's Pogies or Poggies. I think it's Pogies. Dog grooming wipes. So they come in like 4 different counts. They come in unscented and green tea, leaf scented, really nice ingredients, aloe vera, vitamin E. And it's good for you don't want to use these if they have an accident, like if they're urinating. You don't want to use these. You really need to clean them if they've urinated themselves. But if they have like dirt on them, or maybe, an extra, like a lot of dander, and it's hard to get them in and out of the tub. So you just want to kind of like give them like sort of like a sponge bath, if you will. These right here, and again, this is green, but they're really nice. I really do like these. They do a good job even on heavy, thick coats. They don't dry their skin out. It's okay if they lick themselves afterwards because there's nothing in it that's really going to hurt them. They're hypoallergenic. So if you have a dog that has allergies, there's no parabens, sulfates, alcohol, nothing like that. They're completely fine for everyday use, even multiple times a day if you need to. I use them too on the other dogs, like to clean their face. Like Caesar, he gets a lot of eye gunk. So I use it to clean their face. You can clean their ears with them, so there's nothing wrong with that. And they're nice and thick, so they don't rip when you're trying to use them. And they're just super convenient. And of course you can take them with you if you're going somewhere. All right. All right. So moving on, grooming. I'm not sure why I did this. I put the towel before I put the other shampoo. All right. I'm just going to do this. All right. So dog shampoo. If you have a dog with mobility issues, you may be grooming them or bathing them frequently. Like, to the point where it might dry their skin out. So you really have to be careful what kind of, shampoo you're using. You want kind of like a shampoo that's very gentle, that cleans them, that's very gentle, but that also may put some moisture back in. So it's a dog shampoo with oatmeal and aloe and shea butter by Oliver's Choice. And again, I think this is supposed to be blue, but it's pink. All right. So definitely helps with the smell. I mean, for a dirty dog, period. I mean, any dog can use this shampoo, but it definitely helps for dogs with the urine smell. It's biodegradable. It's clinically designed formula made in the USA. Love that. Again, paraben free, cruelty free, and naturally derived. So it's good. It's all good. I like that. So even if you don't use this, you definitely want to pick a shampoo that has like oatmeal and aloe in it. Again, something that gets them clean, but that's not going to dry them out. Now, speaking of drying, see this towel right here? I love these towels for the dogs. Love them. Absolutely love them. So they're like a microfiber. So if you don't like microfiber, you're not going to like that towel. Not at all. But they really, really do such a good job drying the dogs, and they're nice and they're soft and they're a good size. They're like 30 by 50, and they come in different colors, and they have a cute little paw print on them. And I love just drying off their faces because, it's not scratchy or rough or whatever. Like some towels, they can be rough, and I don't like that. Other towels can be just thin, and they don't really do such a great job absorbing a hairy animal. So this does a really nice job. It's perfect for a small dog, a large dog, an extra large dog, super absorbent. It's very, very lightweight. It cleans well. It goes in the dryer well. It doesn't hold any smells. And it's just cozy. It's really like a cozy towel for the dog. So I like this towel. The microfiber dog drying towel, soft pet bath towel for all dogs and cats. All right. Now, even though I dry them well, they're still damp, right? And that spells trouble for a dog who has mobility issues. And again, I keep looking at Chop because he's like right there staring at me. He can't get up. Like he can lift his upper half, but he can't lift his lower half. So it's down all the time. Now, if I just towel dried him, let's just say he's having accidents, and even if I'm giving him a bath like every other day to get like urine off of him or whatever, he can't dry himself off on his belly or in his groin or on his hind end. There's no airflow in there, and again, I'm drying him off the best I can, but he's still damp. Well, that's just going to create yeast. That's what that's going to create. And then he's going to lick, and he's going to itch, and he's going to smell, and possibly even get a skin infection. We don't want that, because when you have a dog with degenerative myelopathy or mobility issues, they are prone to that. Simply because they don't really have a whole lot of airflow in that groin region. So I use, and this is actually purple. Again, I don't know why it's pink. But this is the Flying Pig High Velocity Pet Grooming Dryer with a heater. I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't try blow and dry your hair with it. Don't do that. Because I did that once. I'm like, oh, I'm going to try it and see how it works. The velocity is so great. It's like stronger than a leaf blower. And I mean, it puts knots in your hair. So don't do that. Don't do that. But it has different speeds. You can dial it up, flip up the temperature, and it's nice and hot, and you're just, holy smokes, it's just blowing the skin right off your face. You don't want to do that. That's way too much for a dog. I'm not even sure why it's like able to get that high, but I just think that's entirely too high, especially for their face, their head and their face. I keep it at a nice middle of the road. I do make sure that the temperature's at a nice cozy temperature for them. You don't have to have the heat on at all. It can just be air dry, but that takes a little longer. So I do make sure that the heat is on a nice cozy temperature, and I do have one of these nozzles on, because if you don't, it's just this, and it just takes a long time to blow them out, because, German Shepherds, they have undercoats, so you really need to, blow that undercoat out. But when I'm doing like their groin area or around their face, I turn the velocity down considerably. And I always, German Shepherd's ears, they stick up. Some of them are floppy, but they stick up. I always fold their ear over and I put my hand on top of it, and then I blow dry. I also try to like block their eyes so they're not hearing that loud noise. They're not getting all this air in their ear, and, the air is not getting in their eyeball either. I definitely try to protect their faces when I'm doing this. Sometimes I don't even do their faces at all. I just let their faces kind of dry naturally, but really focus on the rest. This is also great for blowing their coat out. Not even blowing them dry, but just blowing their coat out. I have outlets, power outlets outside, and I will take the residents out back, and I will use this on them. And I go against, like if their hair lays this way, I go the opposite way with that. And so their hair is blowing in the opposite direction that it normally lays. And I start blowing their undercoat out. And it really does keep down on the hair in the house, the shedding and the hair in the house. So this is not like super duper cheap either. But again, this is another product that is really worth it. It's really worth the investment, especially if you have a German Shepherd or a dog that sheds a lot. So great tool for grooming. Definitely a good idea for a dog with mobility issues, and you need to keep their groin dry on a regular basis. Okay, that right there. The flying pig. I wonder where they got that name from. All right. There are other products, folks, but this is a long list, so I'm trying to keep it down here. But this is the last one that I would really recommend. Okay, and this was actually green too, and this came out yellow. It's a yoga mat. That's all that it is. It's just a yoga mat, and I don't even have to explain it. Everyone knows pretty much what a yoga mat is. I like the fact that this one folds up very conveniently like this, because I will take this with me to the veterinarian's office because their floors are hard. And if I have a dog who has trouble walking and, trouble maintaining their grip on the floor, getting up off the floor, I will take this and I will lay it out on the floor this way. When they're laying on the floor, they're not laying on the floor, they're laying on this, and they have an easier time getting up off the floor, and they're more comfortable laying on this than just laying on the floor at the veterinarian's office. Also, it just for hygiene purposes, I just would rather them lay on this right here. Same thing in the house. I have these around the house. If I have residents here who have trouble on our hardwood floors, and they can just walk on these and feel more confident that their legs aren't going to slip out from underneath them. In addition to the yoga mats, Rubbermaid, I believe, makes shelf liner that is a very similar material to this, and it comes in rolls, and you can buy it on Amazon, you can buy it at Walmart, hardware stores, whatever. And again, it just rolls out, and you can cut however long you want it for your shelves, but I will buy that as well. It comes kind of wide, and I'll just unroll the roll, and then I'll tape it down with like some sort of tape where the residents primarily walk. I have rug runners all over the place too. And the reason I have rug runners all over the place is for the dogs, because I wouldn't have them if, I'd rather my hardwood floors show, but I have rug runners everywhere. So, anyway, it's really about traction. It's really about traction on hard surfaces for dogs with mobility issues and dogs who just, have trouble getting up off the floor. But again, these are nice right here. If you're on the go, or if your dog typically lays in the same spot, these are really nice here, and they're super easy to clean. And they're not that expensive. I think this one's like $14. You could buy them at Dollar General. They're cheap. All right, folks. So I just wanted to cover this because I get a lot of questions about different products. And again, this is why I created the preferred product list on Amazon, not really to make a commission, because again, we don't really make that much off of it. It's like a $20 donation every month. But I really wanted to share these products because there's a lot of like hype online through Amazon and maybe, even Chewy and whatnot. And you see some reviews and you're like, oh, this is great. They look great. And then you get it. It's like, this isn't so great. And then I just spent all that money. And then what do you do with it? It just sits in your closet or whatever. So I just wanted to share with you the products that I have found really work for us here at the sanctuary. So you're not wasting your money. All right, folks, I am whooped and all the dogs are sleeping, and that's my cue to get myself in bed. So until next time, be well.